It was a gloomy, rain-soaked Saturday night when Alfie discovered the playlist on Spotify. Titled Eternal Echoes, it seemed like the perfect eerie companion for his solitary evening. The description read, "For those who seek the songs of the past and echoes of the forgotten." Intrigued, Alfie hit play. The first few tracks were hauntingly beautiful, filled with ethereal voices and melancholic melodies. Alfie felt an odd sense of nostalgia, as if he had heard them before. As the night wore on, the music grew darker. The lyrics turned eerie, with whispers of lost souls and cries for help buried beneath the surface of the haunting tunes. Alfie shrugged it off as an artistic choice, but a chill ran down his spine. He decided to check the playlist details to see if he recognized any of the artists. To his surprise, there was no information. No artists, no album names, just a long list of tracks with strange, cryptic titles. Whispering Shadows, Cursed Lullaby, Endless Night, the titles read. He felt a growing unease but couldn't stop listening. The music seemed to weave a spell around him, drawing him in deeper with each note. Around midnight, his phone started acting strangely. The screen flickered and the music distorted, filling the room with static. Suddenly, a voice cut through the noise, clear and desperate. "Help me, please." Alfie's heart pounded in his chest. He paused the music, but the voice continued. "You have to listen. You have to finish the playlist." His blood ran cold. He looked at his phone, now stuck on the playlist screen. The play button seemed to pulse as if urging him to continue. Against his better judgment, he resumed the music. The voice faded back into the melodies, now more desperate and pained. As the hours dragged on, Alfie felt a presence in the room. Shadows seemed to move just out of sight, and the air grew colder. He tried to stop the music again, but his phone was unresponsive. The battery, which should have been nearly dead, showed a full charge, glowing an unnatural green. Desperation clawed at his mind. He tried to turn off his phone, but it wouldn't power down. The playlist kept playing, the music now a cacophony of screams and wails. The whispers grew louder, filling his head with a cacophony of voices, each one pleading for release. Just as dawn broke, the final track began. Unlike the others, it was silent at first. Alfie held his breath, hoping it was over. Then, a single voice spoke clearly through the silence. "Thank you for listening. You freed us, but now you must take our place." His phone screen flashed a blinding white light, and Alfie felt himself being pulled into the device. He screamed, but no sound came out. The last thing he saw was his own reflection on the dark screen, eyes wide with terror, before everything went black. The next day, Alfie's mother knocked on his door, calling him for breakfast. There was no answer. She opened the door to find his room empty, his bed untouched. His phone lay on the floor, the screen cracked but still glowing with a full charge. Desperate, she picked it up, hoping for a clue. The playlist, Eternal Echoes, was still open. Hesitantly, she pressed play. As the music began, a new voice joined the chorus of whispers, a voice unmistakably Alfie's, repeating the same desperate plea. "Help me, please." With a trembling hand, she stopped the music and set the phone down, her heart pounding in her chest. As she turned to leave the room, she caught a glimpse of something in the mirror. Alfie stood behind her, his face twisted in a silent scream, eyes hollow and pleading. She spun around, but the room was empty. The only sound was the rain tapping against the window and the faint echo of Alfie's voice coming from the phone. Then, the playlist autoplayed again, and her phone screen flashed a blinding white light. Her scream joined the chorus as she too was pulled into the eternal echo.